Bombay Gujarati boy evolving
Fully.
into a celebrity DJ, if I may call you that. I'm fortunate that we work together. I think you're one of the very few DJs who does live mixing.
Correct.
Unfortunately, what has happened lately is a lot of DJs do a set. I didn't room to understand the difference between one DJ to another and why a certain DJ is charging a certain amount is because of the live DJ.
Correct.
It's very important.
It's like getting a singer on board and he's pretending to sing, right? Yeah. And I'm glad the younger generation are the ones who are getting married now, and also planners have started realizing over time that's not only all about DJing and just being there and putting up a show.
Correct.
It's about what you're actually doing and what you're paying for. Like
Right.
a lot of people get influenced a little by Instagram and what's going on, but when they have those live performers there, then they realize, oh God,
Yeah,
because those are 15 seconds clips.
Correct.
But the experience is what really matters throughout the night.
How do we, I mean, I know that you and I work in a different way.
Correct.
As a planner, we have certain specification that we give it to the DJ, but every client is different. So what is your process like?
So first things first, we understand what the client's needs are. So when we are talking about, say, USA and USA clients per se, they have like a fixed way of looking at things because they're not exposed to how we do weddings in India, right? So my first step to that, what brings me to the US, is to bring what we're doing here with that little bit of touch of the American style of weddings that we did. If you
Correct.
and I remember, like
Correct.
we did that little, and that's what they like because that was a good change for them.
Yes.
From the conventional system that they were following.
Tell me your worst experience.
We send out a technical rider to planners and clients. It's listed, it's marked, everything is on it. All we are requesting them is to follow the rider. I would say 60% do not follow it to the T. Apart from the technical, there's more to it. You may get me a DJ console, which is put on a particular table. I was playing at this wedding where my table dimensions are given very clearly. Like, this is what I mean. Given what's going on right now, the whole boiler room thing, everyone's on your console, everyone's
Correct.
like there. They're like moving, someone wants to stand on the table. So there's one wedding, everyone's on stage. The platform is not as good as it's meant to be. They're jumping. The table collapsed. Now my laptop's there, my J gear is there, which is rented, but it's Saraswati for me, right? Like, I'm gonna not let anything go. So I held onto this table, and the leg came right on my finger. My entire finger was swollen.
Oh, no.
It was gone. So I couldn't play.
Hi AJ.
Hi.
Welcome to the wedding show by Radz. That is our podcast, is what we call it. And I'm so glad that I am in Bombay and to catch you here, it just worked out. But thank you so much for joining us today. Now, I wanted to start off with your story. I'm sure you have an amazing story, a
do.
beautiful, successful story.
I think you don't know about it. No, you don't know about it.
Right.
Anyway, so dated back to like 2004, school time. I started showing some interest into music and like dramatics. So the background score for our play in dramatics in school was given by me musically, and that's where like the whole sort of love for music sort of started. But more about mixing, because we had to put like 2 tracks together, and at that time there was nothing like. There was no AI, there was no softwares, there was nothing. Like, just putting it together was like a basic fade in, fade out. There's something called Sony Acid Pro, like a software. And just getting a copy of that was like a challenge. To put that together, and then I realized this is something I want to do. So what is next was DJing, right? So there was a school trip that was happening, and there was a DJ there, and I just went and I stood by and just saw what it was, and it seemed very fascinating, like so many buttons, colors happening, and like, I need to do this. And then fast track, moving forward to our last day in school, we had like just a basic
Party.
similar DJ console from school, not like a party, but like just a console. Again, I went and stood, I'm like, can you, and I was annoying, and now that I think about it, to that DJ, I was like, play this, play that, and now when someone does that to me, I know what it sort of goes back to. So I did that, and gave the 10th board exam and stuff, and then as soon as I finished, I told my mom, Dad, I want to learn this, and we started looking out for places. I found an academy, and started learning over there, finished my course, but then again I was pursuing medicine. I wanted to, so I started science. Very soon, 8 9 months into it, I realized this is not what I want to do. So I then moved to commerce in my 12th grade. While DJing was still happening at a very home level, I wasn't allowed to play anywhere. Parents were like, no, like this is a hobby. So I didn't have my own DJ console, nothing. So I used to rent. So like how like uncle aunties give you like some money for Diwali and stuff. I would save that and then get that to get my console on rent and stuff. So started with that and then moved forward, and then first New Year party happened at my friend's house. It was like 16 of us, and I said I will DJ for you guys. So that was my first ever so-called public show for 16 people, and then we moved forward and I was DJing. I was now in commerce. My dad's of course angry. Mom's like, what's going on? What are you going to do in life? Then I got into BMS. So now from commerce, I've moved to BMS. I was in Jain College. But while all of this was going on, I started taking part in War of DJs at college level. And from the very first one that I took part in, I got the first spot. So I won. And then 5 years consecutively, I was number one, number one, number one, number one. So it just showed me a lot of direction in life. So whenever someone asked me like what did you do and like what should we do as beginners, like I felt like those college competitions that were like small time in for the world, it was very big for us because it gave us like a direction as to where we want to go. Did that, and then of course I was sneaking in and I started doing events. I had an event company which was like nightclub events. I was DJing at this club, and one of my dad's friends or someone must have seen me. They go back to him and be like, your son was so good. And so I was like, what are you talking about? Because they had no idea I was DJing at a club. I was at the club and someone went to my dad and be like, your son's playing so well. And my dad's like, you've been DJing? So I was like, that's when the sort of thing, like they got to know.
A
like,
Gujarati boy.
Yeah, like, and I'm focused, like I'm doing science to medicine, given up, moved to commerce, now moved to management, and now by the time I'm in my second year of BMS, I'm already pursuing CA. So now I cleared level 1, then I've cleared level 2, all at first attempt. And then I'm like, okay, but I don't want to give the finals because I don't want to. But then I had an entertainment company called Full Stop. So now, the one that we now have branched into digital marketing and all of that. So that was being set side by side while I was in college. And I'm like, but I want to DJ. So by now I was playing properly at clubs and stuff like that. And these clubs only played like English music, right? So there was no back in like 2007, 8, 9, 10, that era, there was no Bollywood music playing at clubs. Especially, there's probably being played at clubs, but not at the clubs that I was playing at. Let's put it that way. So when I learned also, I learned on like hip hop music, like the old school stuff. Okay. So it was great because we were learning by the year. So there was no like AI tool displays telling you what we used to make CDs. So I have these files like maybe like 10 files lying with me filled with CDs. So anyway, all of that era happened and stuff, and then my dad's like, you need to start working. Like, what's going on? Like, where's DJing going to take you and stuff? So I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm also worried because my dad's a doctor. Like, there's no business to fall back on. There's nothing, right?
Right.
So the minute I sort of graduated from BMS, and he's like, I'm going to put you up somewhere to work. So I'm like, sure. So he put me up at this textile brand, so which basically is into home furnishing, which was far. Like, it was a 2-hour train ride every morning, 5 a.m. Get onto train where there's like a cartel of these people where they don't let you sit, so you have to figure your own way. People who go regularly. Right. So this was at Palghar, like Tarapur, that area. So I get into train, I'd go. So I would finish my gig at the club that I was playing at called Trist and Ra and Prive and all of those. I'd get onto this train. Right after my gig, go home, freshen up, get onto the train because I have 2 hours to sleep. Sleep on that train, reach there. In 5 days, I came and said, I cannot do this. Yes. Like I don't understand textiles. Like, I'm not understanding anything. So he's like, so what are you going to do? I said, I'll figure my way out. Like, don't worry. So he's like, you're not going to get a job. Like, you're just a BMS graduate. But I was a BMS graduate from Jai Hind, and Jai Hind was the top, right? One of the top, let's put it that way. So I started applying. I loved cars. So I was like, I'll apply to like a car company. So I applied at 2 spots. Like, BMW was something that I love. So I applied at BMW, which is a dealership. So one dealership gave me like a sales job, and one dealership gave me a marketing job. The marketing job was double the pay, sales job was half the pay with incentives. The pay didn't matter. The sales job let me drive those cars. The marketing job did not. But the sales job was about 45 minutes away from home. C-Link and all is just being made, right? Did not exist then. So I took up the 45-minute away because I would get to drive the cars. And that spot also, I like the vibe of that office more than the other one. So I took it and then I was there. I worked there like 8-9 months. The first car I ever sold, which I still remember, was a 7 Series. And everyone was there like, dude, how did you manage to do that kind of a thing? My first job, in 7 days of joining, the first car I sold was a 7 Series. So they're like, and it was a very big deal. So my salary was like probably like 11 grand a month. But the incentive on that car was 13,000.
Nice.
So I was like, great. I mean, the incentive wasn't the key, but I didn't get to drive that car. So I was a little upset. But anyway, so moving forward, 6-8 months I worked there. So the day I left that job, by then I was already DJing. My events were doing well, Full Stop was doing well, all of that. It was in my head that the day I leave or whatever, I need to buy a car. So the day I left, I had a card, which was like my visiting card. So it had like sales executive written on it. So I just slashed it and I put owner on it and I bought a car and on my mom's birthday. So that was like all because of DJing.
That's amazing.
Slowly shaping up. It wasn't still peak, but it was shaping up. But it was just like one of those where you put all your savings into something that you really want.
Correct.
So that happened. And then it was only like upward, kept working hard. The grind was on. Just work. So like by then, social life was already like going for a toss because
No
I would
time.
be day job, night job, day job, night job. So it was a little difficult to like not be with your friends and whatever. Plus side was I am where I am today. Did not like during those days, those early days, where you tend to like get into like bad habits, if at all. That opportunity never arose.
Correct.
So I never went out for a drink. Hookah did not happen. Smoking did not happen. Like none of that. Like that phase was over.
Because you were so busy.
Correct. So it was great. Met a lot of people who were from the industry who guided me in a particular direction. There were some people who, of course, gave you wrong information, but that's typically our industry. Moved on, and then in like one of those times, like I would say 2014, I went to UK to pursue music production and music to learn. So I was there for 8 months, and that changed what I was bringing to the table while I'm performing, right? Because I could make my music. So that was an important step, I would feel like in my career, to also have the exposure of being
The
by
production.
yourself, right? And in that whole phase, when that phase was going on of production and stuff, I remember 1 year before that, I had a client who came and said, "Hey, listen, we're having a wedding, but do you think you can do some Bollywood music?" I said, "Of course I can. I mean, it's not a big deal because they only heard me play at clubs which did not cater to Bollywood music."
Correct.
So that was like the start of letting people know that I can do it. So that's when wedding started for me. Someone hears you, then
Correct.
it just goes on. And then we just kept evolving to a point where at once like people said that, hey, this guy may not be able to do Bollywood, he does only like English stuff like house and hip hop and whatever, to a time where we reach where people are like, listen, just
Don't
ask
play
him if he can do
Bollywood.
English music. I'm like, guys, decide what you all want because I can do all of it and like
Right.
I can like, because we've learned it the hard way, right?
Correct.
And now it's so good because if you see the current time in 2026, everyone wants like this whole mix of music. Sometimes the clients like we want mashup. Sometimes they say that we want techno, Afro house. Like it's so many things happening, and I'm just grateful that I learned it the hard way. So it's so easy to adapt to any genre at this point. So that one wedding that I did in Spain where we were doing Latin music.
Oh,
So
nice.
I don't understand Latin music, but I understand music. So it just helped a lot.
Correct.
So yeah, that's the whole journey so far, like where all this happened, and then of course like the big celebrity weddings that come in people's eyes. But there's so much other work that we've done, which of course
That
is, and I like keeping it personal and private because you respect the couple.
The privacy.
Yeah,
Right. Yes.
that's the journey in a nutshell.
That's
for you.
amazing. A Bombay Gujarati boy evolving
Fully.
into a celebrity DJ, if I may call you that, because You have done almost all the celebrity people's
95%.
wedding. Yes,
95%.
you have done it, and I'm fortunate that we work together for quite a few weddings since
Quite a
last
lot.
few years now. Now let's talk about how do we. I mean, I know that you and I work in a different way.
Correct.
As a planner, we have certain specification that we give it to the DJ, and then we talk to the clients, of course. But every client is different. So, what is
Absolutely.
your process like?
So, first things first, we understand what the client's needs are. So, when we are talking about, say, USA and USA clients per se, they have like a fixed way of looking at things because they're not exposed to how we do weddings in India, right? So my first step to that, what brings me to the US is to bring what we're doing here with that little bit of touch of the American style of weddings that we did. If you
Correct.
and I remember, like
Correct.
we did that little, and that's what they like because that was a good change for them
Yes.
from the conventional system that they were following, but not taking away what they have been doing because then it looks too different. So I know like weddings over there and some of the bride and groom that we work with are still back in the 2000 space of a Shah Rukh Khan era
Correct.
of music, which is amazing music, original music, and I love playing that for them. But there's also one set of it that's now into this whole international Afro space, and now they're hearing a lot of YouTube stuff
Yes.
of mashups. Oh, we want this Hindi song with this. Now, I am a person who likes making stuff in like key and like musically right, not just putting two songs together, which you've heard.
Correct.
So like my mashup, which is like Tere Liya and I Adore You. I see a lot of tags coming to me where bride and groom are using it for their entries or they're using it for, maybe their Sangeet dance.
Correct.
And that just feels good that it's being appreciated and it's going in its right format and reaching the right audience.
Correct.
But in terms of like a US audience, if I were to customize, my most important thing is first to understand what they like. Because I know a lot of these brides and grooms, like they like US is all about customization.
Yes.
It's all about we want it this way. So understanding that and delivering that is very important.
Correct.
If you remember, one of our clients, they had specifically asked us because we were doing 3 nights for them, which was in Turkey, and then we did that whole hologram act for them,
Yes.
which was very new for them to do it at a wedding. They may have seen it at a concert level, but bringing that to a smaller audience in a concert, in a banquet, doing
Yes.
that production, like that is what sets it apart.
Right.
The boiler room act that we did the last night after the
Correct.
band, the one that where we had everyone surround us and then they were singing all the classics,
Right.
which was Hindi and English technically.
It was amazing.
Yeah, so that's the experience that you want to bring,
Correct.
the concert level so called, but to a smaller audience, but also keeping the essence of a private event. It cannot just be concert level.
You're right.
Like,
No,
more
absolutely.
connect.
Absolutely. Especially when you're talking about Turkey, the best thing about that was in the hologram was an art gallery. So we had that intimate experience, but hologram just took it away. Going back to your 2000s, I think what happens is the bride and groom who are getting married, they grew up with that music. So you
Correct.
want to hear that for the nostalgia part of it. So I'm sure I'm glad that you mix it with the new music. I think you're one of the very few DJs who does live mixing.
Correct.
Unfortunately, what has happened lately is a lot of DJs do a set. They just play it. They show that they're mixing it. I know that they're not, and that is why it's important for the bride and groom to understand the difference between one DJ to another and why a certain DJ is charging a certain amount is because of the live DJ.
Correct.
It's very important.
It's like getting a singer on board and he's pretending to sing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm glad the younger generation are the ones who are getting married now and also planners have started realizing over time that's not only all about DJing and just being there and putting up a show.
Correct.
It's about what you're actually doing and what you're paying for. Like
Right.
a lot of people get influenced a little by Instagram and what's going on. But when they have those live performers there, then they realize, oh God,
Yeah,
because those are 15 seconds clips.
Correct.
But the experience is what really matters throughout the night. And when you talk about like what you guys said, like people pretending to play, like that's just the start. Like there's so much more to it. Like half of them are not DJs. They're using sync buttons. Like there's so much to it. Like
Correct.
they're not playing by the ear. So I'm so glad that you've noticed this,
Yes.
because I don't usually, like, no one's going to come and tell you, hey, I'm mixing live. But
Because
people
what
who notice it, I just have a different level of respect for them, only because thank you, you're actually respecting the art, and you're
Correct.
actually acknowledging the fact that someone's doing and putting in that effort.
Right. So I'll tell you how we noticed. I have a lot of non-Indian assistants. We had a couple of weddings, and then she says, "Guess which song is coming next?" I'm like, "How do you know?" I said, "This is a set. He has been playing it for the 3 weddings that we did before."
Yeah.
What? And then we realized that he's doing the same thing. So we had to then,
Correct.
because you're not reading the crowd and changing your music in
There's just
that
one
case.
thing going
You're
on.
just going on with
Yeah.
the same thing. Yes, it worked because maybe it is a similar crowd and similar
That's what I said,
upbringing.
right?
So
Like,
it
that
worked.
always works, because if I come there and I change things fully, they will never, like, just a general, or not people based in the US, India, nothing to do with where they are from. It's just about, we're so used to an X sound that if an X changes to a Z, what's going on?
Yes.
But if an X changes to a Y with a little bit of change, it'll be appreciated slowly to take that in.
Right.
That's exactly what's going on.
Right. And another thing I have noticed between the DJs in US and DJs from India is you guys are very fast with adapting to new music. So immediately, like as soon as a new music has been released, or new Hindi, I'm talking about only
Yeah.
the Hindi one, or maybe the South Indian languages too. I've seen that. So let's say, for example, Durandar's song, right? Till now, it hasn't been played by a DJ in US.
What?
Yes, at least till December that I did the weddings
Right.
over there. So it is surprising, because when I hear here over here, when I attended parties over here, like a basic DJ was playing that.
Yeah.
So that is the thing that I have seen a little bit of disconnect. I'm hoping that it works better.
But it's a very valid point from the Bollywood Indian music perspective. But if I look at it from, say, an American DJ's angle, the music that will play there, the new stuff, that comes to us also, maybe it works over here in the same way. Like Durandar didn't play until December for you there. Maybe he'll start playing from, say, Feb. So similarly, what was the English stuff being played there will be played over here probably in Feb. Like, just a way to look at it.
Correct.
But on the flip side, the reason why we get the American music faster is because a lot of Indian students that go there, when they come back here, they request for those songs that are being played over there locally. So that's how we adapt to what's going on over there. Versus that, you
Interesting.
don't really see Americans locally in India
Correct.
studying or whatever. So that's why it doesn't reach there that fast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know. That's an amazing thing that you told me. Okay, so that is about our our the clients and the process. And I remember one of our weddings that we did and we had asked her, what genre don't you like? And she had said, the bride had said, I do not like the Bombay rap. She doesn't mind the Delhi rap, but Bombay rap, something like Apna Time Aayega. That time it was a popular one, and that was surprising. But then that really helps. Won't you agree with me that when somebody says, "Okay, I do not like this," so it's very
so
easy.
It's just important to appreciate that. Like especially like as I said, like especially with the audience based in the US, I just like having a conversation with them, because I just feel like everything's so detailed and so planned, and like they just know exactly what they want, because they're planning months and years in advance, because their dates are blocked, their weekends are blocked. You know how it is. Like I know when I come to New York and I try to meet a friend, he's like, I'm sorry, this weekend's gone. I'm like, what do you mean? Like in Bombay, you just pick up the phone, be like, come down, and that person would be there. So it's a little different, but I like that because it's so structured. Another thing that I really appreciate about the weddings that we've done in the US is they appreciate the timing.
Yes.
9 means 9. Like it doesn't even move to like a 902 or 901.
Correct.
9 means 9. And that's like where we are also excited, because we know, okay, we have 2 hours, we have 3 hours, and
Yes.
this is it. Like it's make or break.
Correct.
Like it's not like, oh, you're waiting, oh, they'll come. No, press play and everyone's there.
Yes.
So that's something that I really like, and that's why I like talking to them, because I understand their vibe. So I know how to get them on the word go.
Correct. No,
So very
thank
important.
you. Because timing is very important. We
Extremely.
go is
Like you as a planner are so organized, right? Like you know your decor is ready. Like you know everything is set. Like you are actually like just press the play and now I'm at ease. Because then you know like now the part like you can go back to your back end
Yes.
stuff like food or whatever is going on.
Correct.
And the good thing is like your dance floor opens only post dinner.
Yes.
Like over here sometimes the mistake that we do, and it's not a mistake but it's
Yeah.
just a way of life or way of doing. Food and dance floors open at the same time. So there's a singer or a DJ playing to an empty floor because everyone's now gone for dinner.
Oh.
So that's a good thing that I like is like dinner time and now dedicated dance floor time. Like that's something that's really
Right.
cool.
Great. And also another thing I've noticed over here is people go until like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. We don't do that. We maybe go up to 2 or 3 in the morning.
Midnight.
Maximum.
Max I've done with you only
Yeah.
was 2.
2 o'clock,
At
exactly.
Cipriani, if you
Yes,
remember.
yes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think we do 5 o'clock in the morning because
Very rare.
we are also thinking about the next day's
Yeah.
events.
Because you want everything on time. The minute one goes on, then everything starts getting delayed.
Correct.
But yeah, like that's also a thing, right? Like now that's like a thing over here. So over here it's like, oh, my party went on till 6.
Oh, so
Like it's like a thing.
It's a thing about pride.
Yes.
Oh.
But it also depends, right? Like how many people are there. Like if you have like 200 people at 6 a.m., it's great. It's great. But there are certain parties like 15 people till like, but they
That's
still
not
want
a
to keep
party
it on.
then. But that's
they still
not a
wanna
party.
keep it on.
Oh, they want a DJ to go on?
Yeah, they want the bar needs to be on and like it just has to be on. So that's where it gets a little
Yes.
tricky.
Correct.
But then we stay on because we're like,
Of course. Of course. No, now let's talk about that we talked about the music, the way it has evolved. I'm sure the DJ also is evolved with the music which is more popular now. What
Yeah.
is it that right now very
Currently, I mean, at least last year was all about like Afro house, completely. People are loving that sound, like kind music, and the ad import stuff, and like people like everyone's like it's like a universal sound at this point. Like if you remember 2010, 11, 12, where that whole era of Swedish House Mafia, Hardwell, Armin, Tiesto, that big room
Correct.
sound, Tom Holland, Ultra Music, which is like the biggest thing, Calvin Harris. Like that phase has come in a different genre, which was like Afro house, but still very short-lived. Difference is social media then and social media today.
Yes.
Like social media, you see so much of it, you get tired. Because there you could only hear it at say a festival or a club if you went to. You wouldn't hear it on a day-to-day basis like scrolling. So the music is coming and it's going very fast. Like the hype of the music is dying down.
The shelf life of music is gone.
Short.
Very short.
Very short.
Wow.
Very few classics just make through. So when we're talking about Afro house, like in India, or if you see, I don't know how much, how there's like a Hindi track with an Afro song.
Yes.
So that is what's trending at this point. But I think it's overdone now. Like it's every song is like mash up.
Mashups.
Like now I feel like the original era is going to come back. I feel, I'm not sure.
Right.
Let's see what comes in 2026.
Right.
But like people will want to get back to its
Basics.
original format. And that's when you'll see real DJs again standing out.
Right. Because I see that a lot of songs also are coming mixed up already.
Already.
So like all the old songs are now suddenly mixed up with.
Yeah. So that era was like, that 2019, 20, 21, 22 era where like a remake of an old song with a rap in it.
Correct.
But not the like example like say Hamma. Hamma is like A.R. Rahman classic, old
90s.
Bombay movie. 90s. Which then came with a Badshah version.
Yes.
With a rap, right? For a 90s kid, the original holds a lot of value. But this, who's never heard the original, this becomes the new track, right? So, with respect to that, like when you're talking about original music coming, like you have these classics that keep kicking, like Durandar, if you except from the Jogi track, title track. If you see the other stuff that was there,
all songs
some really
are
good music.
Yes.
Some really good music. Another good album was Gehraya.
Yes.
Very original, good like Dubey, Bekabu.
Right.
Originally made, right? Certain stuff like Gungru, like certain tracks. These are original tracks which stay on. Not a remake of like an old track.
Is there any song that you have to play? or any
My mashups. People
your
now come to me
mashups.
and be like, "Can you play your version of it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Because now that these few mixes that I really put out there, they went viral, and usually I never put my mixes up out there. But then what happened was the reason why I even started using my YouTube account finally was because when I used to play these mixes, those clients would message me like, "Where can we hear this? Can you send us the file?" So I'm like, "Wait." So we spoke and we're like, "Let's just put it on YouTube. They can go hear it how many ever times they want."
Correct.
And that actually worked because the tracks that we were playing, we started putting them out there, and people are like, "Yeah, this is what we want." So now, when I'm playing, they're like, "Can you play?" Like they'll literally come with their phone with that track, and we're like, "Can you play this?"
one.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it
okay.
feels cool that okay, there's someone appreciating it, and we got to play it.
Right.
We put up, I think, about 7, 8 so far.
Oh, okay.
So I don't like putting everything up. Like I'm a little.
Of course.
Like I know, like not because of any other reason. It just takes a lot of time, to put the track together, get a visualizer made.
Of course.
And with given my schedule, like it's very difficult to like concentrate on so many platforms. So when I get downtime is when you see one thing going up slowly.
When is a downtime for you, AJ?
Good question. I did a small holiday sometime back.
Yeah,
3-4
with your
days.
daughter, right?
Yeah,
And
we
then
went.
wife.
We went out for like 3 nights, but like I'm hoping like at some point you get like 1 week, 2 weeks. I take my downtime. Like I have my ways of putting it together.
Right.
But you usually like when, as I said, right, like if I was only working in India, then my downtime typically would be say June to September. Lesser weddings,
Correct.
more club shows, but lesser weddings, more festive like Ganpati and Jain Pajushan and festive,
Correct.
like all that Chomasu and all that stuff
Correct.
kicks in. But now because I'm so active in the US market and doing
That's
weddings,
our
and
high season.
that's your season. So I don't really see an off season kicking in for me.
Correct.
Like I've been in the US for the last 1 year, 2 years. Just summers I've just been in and out from there. So that's been great. So I don't really see an off season kicking in from that perspective. But yeah, like sometimes like if I don't have anything at the back, like last time when I was in US, I ended up staying for 12 days.
Correct.
Usually I come 2 days, 3 days and I leave. But I stayed on because I didn't have any gigs lined up in India.
Right.
And if I had, it was only one versus then my gap between 2 gigs was 3 days. So I come back and go back. So then I just decided to stay back.
That's and this reminds me of last year's summer when we did this whole Wall Street Barat. So
that just blew.
I know it just blew. It's because of that influencer who took the video while he was standing and watching it.
I don't know who it was. I still haven't gotten down because I saw the same clip rotate. But what I realized, I think it was some lawyer, someone who was just passing by and he was
Correct.
the first one to put it, as per what I sort of saw.
Correct.
And then it blew.
It did. It did.
Yeah.
But I remember talking to you a few years back, and you said, "No, I don't do Bharat." And now you did the Bharat, and it
So
went
I don't
viral.
do Bharat, which basically, so there are a lot of these Bharats that are like semi-small, the kind of Bharat basically that I don't want to do. I remember this one Bharat that I'd done where I was asked to play on one speaker of this size, like a 12-inch speaker. And then they asked me to connect my phone via Bluetooth and play on it. And I'm like, I'm a DJ. There's no DJ console. I cannot do it. And this was my first way of looking at a Bharat in an American market. And I'm like, if this is how it's happening, I don't want to do it.
Correct.
But then I did one more Bharat, which was at Legacy, right? The slope there. And over there, I got a decent setup. Like, I cannot compare to India. But I got like two 12-inch monitors, and I did a Bharat. And the good part was, however it sounded, according to me, it wasn't my way of it being sounded and stuff. But it was great, right? My initial days in US, if I may say it, why I said like how I'm going to do a Bharat. I remember this one wedding that I was doing. I don't think you were a part of it. The sound vendor came and he just put the gear and he's like, yeah, like set it up. And I'm like, wait, what? Like over here we come, we plug in and plug out. Like, what do you mean set it up? But luckily, because we've been trained that way from day one, I know how to set up my whole gear. I can set up my live mixer. I can do all of that because I'm trained to do it. So I did it. And it was no problem. But if I reached on a reporting time, then imagine how long it would take to set that up.
Yes.
You know how they have those Toyota 4x4, what is it called? I forget those.
Okay.
What are those truck kind of things called? They call it the truck.
The flatbed.
Yeah. Just pick it up, put it up, and I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
okay, I don't have a There was no table. So my restriction comes from if I don't get a setup.
Correct.
But if there is a setup, like how we got one now, you saw the result.
Yes.
Like the result was crazy.
Yes, it was. It was amazing, and people still talk about it. Surprisingly,
Everyone's still talking about it.
Right.
I don't know. When are we doing the next one? At Wall Street.
Wall Street. We did. We did one in FDR,
Okay.
which did not go viral. But let's do FDR again.
Whenever.
I think.
Once I'm there, hook it up.
Yes.
Bharat specialist.
Right, Bara specialist. Yes, but so what is your favorite event out of
From the wedding space?
Wedding space. So let's say for a
Difficult
typical wedding weekend, we have welcome dinner. Then the next day we have haldi, whatever puja. The evening we have the sangeet. The following day we have the ceremony, and then the reception dinner.
It's a very tricky question, but if I were to just put this in the best format, once an American audience, if you realize if there's a dance floor, they'll dance to every event.
Yes.
They don't have that thing that, oh, we'll only party now when it's a sangeet, so we'll take it easy in the haldi. They party as hard as they want in the haldi, versus as long as there's a bar and there's music, they are here to
Correct.
enjoy and have a good time. They make the most of that weekend that they've blocked
Correct.
months in advance. So if I'm playing for that audience, honestly, if I can do 5 sets for them and I can get them to dance for all 5, it's great. But if you ask me where I would see the maximum energy, if it's the old school thinking, then I think the Sangeet would be that night, because Sangeet is that night where everyone goes hard, because the last night, which is the reception, after that people go back to work on a Monday. So then they decide that, hey, listen, let's take it easy. But the Sangeet night, let's make it the biggest, right? But with US, if you see, it's always Friday, Saturday. It's never, very rare do I get a Saturday and a Sunday. So over there, I realized the reception night is the biggest.
Correct.
Not the Sangeet. It's the reception night. Because Sangeet, everyone wants to wind down after performances, because next day is the wedding and they want to be on time.
Correct.
So the reception is their biggest night.
Correct.
So if you ask me if I'm doing a Friday, Saturday, then my Saturday night, whatever it may be, if it's a Sangeet or from that point of view, like from a weekend angle, that would be the night I want to do. Because I know that'll be my biggest, best night, because everyone's in a mood.
Right.
So that angle. Otherwise, Bharats in US are amazing, because it's like 1 hour, one and a half hour.
1 hour. We
Full
don't
energy.
do. We
Full
don't do
energy.
more than
Yeah.
that.
Full energy.
I attended a wedding recently in Delhi, and the barat went on for 3 hours.
That's still
What are people doing for 3 hours?
that's still okay. I've done a Bharat for 8 hours.
8 hours?
8 hours.
Poor bride. She's been waiting
No.
for 8 hours.
She was in the Bharat.
She was part of the barat.
Eventually. 8-hour Bharat. Without exaggeration. I started at 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. Till 11 p.m. The Bharat had not even reached. Like, just like everyone just like, so everyone was in wedding clothes, went to their rooms, changed, came back. The Bharat's still going on.
Wow. So when did
And this was a Bharat that no one has even spoken about, because it was just a part, and energy lasted. The Bharat was longer than their Sangeet.
Oh my God. Yes. It's
It was the biggest party.
Wow.
I just went, I don't think it was planned to be 8 hours. It just became a party.
From the planner's perspective, I'm thinking about the meals. What about the lunch and the dinner and the... It just...
No idea.
People just served.
No one came to shut me down. And if that's the case, then you go on. I think it also shut at 10 o'clock or 10:30 because of... It was
The noise
open air.
ordinance.
Yes.
Thank goodness for
Otherwise,
noise
it wouldn't have
ordinance.
shut. It was a party by itself.
Wow.
120%.
Wow, that's amazing. We haven't done that. We do only 45 minutes to 1
As I said,
hour.
max I've done for any of your clients, I think it was an hour and a half on its peak. On its peak.
Correct.
Yeah.
We don't do that because we want the energy to be there for the ceremony.
For the
also
night,
and
because
the
that's your
reception.
your biggest night, your biggest day.
Correct.
Also, time is like, that's why I said, right, initially, like the respect towards being on time and being punctual over there is something else.
Also because we have a lot of overtime charges in case from the venues, from the spaces. We have we have to be on time because there are so many other costs. It's like a domino effect. One thing gets delayed, everything gets delayed. So we have to make sure that everything is on time. Also to make sure that we are conscious about the payments and the budget,
Correct.
right? It shouldn't be that, oh, we are
Yeah,
just
because
going
if you
on.
go overboard, then everything starts getting inflated.
Correct.
Fair.
Exactly.
That makes sense now.
Right.
Why it's,
Right. I'm sure it is in India too, but
I
not
don't
so
think
much.
so. Or maybe it is and
People don't
just
care.
pay. I'm assuming, I don't know. What do you think about DJs charging overtime?
The charges?
No, what if DJs start charging overtime?
They do.
Oh, they do?
Oh, they do.
Oh.
Yes, absolutely. Anything beyond
I need to
a
tell
certain
my team
time.
to add that to my rider.
Correct. They do. There has to be, right? Even the photo video, the venue, because the service
all by the
staff,
hour there, right?
the service staff, the bartenders, all of that. Now, let's talk about destination wedding. I know you have, how many countries have you already?
I had a count, I've
Visited.
forgotten, but I think it should be like 70 plus at least.
Amazing. Which is your favorite?
Depends. Again, what you want. Like beach, um, mountain, city, lake, river. Like, what do you want? Like, everyone had like their place that they want to be. So when you talk about lakes, like Udaipur, Lake Como, right? Talk about like Snow Peak Mountains, straight up Switzerland, St. Moritz.
Yes.
Yeah. You talk about blue water, Maldives kicks in. You talk about like a little bit of like a African sort of a space, not African, but like say that, you know, that typical flea market kind of like Morocco. Kicks
I was
in.
just going to say.
Then you go to like a place where you want like yachts and like beach and sea. Malta kicks in. So like we've done it all at this point. You want, yeah, like you want like like a very classy place, like very like, you know, red carpet and Cannes kicks in.
Yes.
Done like what, 4 or 5 there.
You've already done four to five.
More
over
maybe,
there.
more. They also like some people love the whole countryside feel, so then they
Yes.
go to UK outskirts. We've done that. In India, Palace, Jaipur, Udaipur, you know, Palace feel, Rajasthani feel. They do that. They want the mountains, then they move to like Rishikesh and Masuri.
Nice.
I had one client who wanted like the jungle environment, but was very particular about the sound because of the animals. They did Pench, but like very like subtle, like
Of course.
sharp shutdown, decibel levels controlled, all of that. People love Goa for its own charm that's there. People who don't like to travel and just want the city vibe, then they start picking up like say New York, Bangkok, Mumbai, in the city in a 5-star hotel with all the,
Yes.
you know, so like that. Been there, done that, you know, majority of the Bali,
Yes.
that's a very big destination for weddings because they have the infra as well, right? The rooms are big, the
Yes.
area is big, so that's great. Turkey is there. I think at this point from India, I don't think.
Nowadays, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain,
Yeah, Middle
Vietnam,
East.
Vietnam has come up.
I did only two weddings. No, one wedding in Vietnam so far, which was at Phuket, which is great.
Yes.
Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, Doha, Dubai,
Correct.
Muscat.
Muscat too?
Yeah, Muscat's got some really good properties actually. So these are like those, the Middle East,
Right.
this thing. Russell Kema.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of that. Cyprus happened.
Yes.
So like
Cyprus is
offbeat
great.
places also happen. It's not like they don't.
Right.
This is one I forget. Montenegro. We did something. But it wasn't a wedding. We did Montenegro. Like, you know, when you get these some offbeat spaces, like I'm excited to go
Correct.
explore. I don't really get time to go see the city because I'm like in and out. But whenever I do,
Right.
I try.
That's the story of our lives. We never see
Never,
the place.
never.
It is always in and out. Any hotel room, it looks the same.
Correct.
Because we hardly
Because you barely
sleep
get to
also.
use it.
Exactly.
Like you're like in and out, like literally in and out.
Exactly.
But if I ever get an opportunity, I try staying at least a day extra.
Oh, you
I
do?
try. Because tickets are booked well in advance. So then again changing them,
Correct.
figuring out your stay, moving. By the time you move and check into another hotel,
The
it's
day is
time to
gone.
leave back to another gig.
Correct.
So that's a little challenging.
Right. What is the advice that you would give to the bride and groom who do not have planners?
You do not have planners.
Yes, because what happens is the planners will always guide them what to do, what not to do. But when they don't have planners, they're kind of at a loss, especially when they're talking to the DJ or hiring a DJ. we talked about, somebody playing live is very important, and the second part is, of course, the DJ should have a certain. Don't go by only Instagram. Don't go only by social media.
Correct.
Do your own research.
Very important. So,
Right.
first things first, while they're doing their research, the first thing they would do is Instagram, right? Shortlist, of course, like go by it. Because everyone's on Instagram. Like today, if someone asks me, I send them a website, but at the end, they want to see videos. You cannot see videos and judge a DJ because you're just seeing a video of 15 seconds or 30 seconds. Understand, see if you can ever get a referral of someone who's heard that DJ somewhere, if at all. If not, then get on a call, say what they've done, what kind of work they've done, what they like playing, what they don't like playing, what their style is, if they are in sync with the same kind of music, what are the additional costs. Just like, because I know, like, I've had clients, if you, like, remember we've spoken, and then when they get the costs of, say, travel or technicals, then they're like, oh, but this wasn't mentioned. So read the terms and conditions properly.
Correct.
Go through it. Because you don't have a planner. Otherwise, a planner will always highlight saying,
Correct.
this is additional to their fee.
Correct.
Apart from that, check their documents. Because I know people who would, say, for example, be performing in the US without valid permissions. So make sure you have their P3 sorted or O1. Very important. Because you don't want your event to get busted or have a last minute nightmare or like, like a shock that, oh, your DJ was sent back from the airport. And hiring someone last minute in the US is close to impossible.
Correct.
So hiring anyone from out of India, out of US, make sure documents are taken care of. And then like there's always like planners and companies to like support you and take you through, and which they charge you a fee for. But then taking care of all your headache.
Correct.
Like you're a planner, you do everything, right? Like you overall planning, decor, production, DJs, entertainment, all of that. So like we have another company called 9 Artists that deals with like artists. So if you ever need like artists from India, we go through the whole process of having one point of contact for any kind of artist. Then we have another band called Digital Chants that deals with like mantras and like shlokas for weddings per se, like wedding ceremony only. So that again we come with proper documentation, paperwork to do that kind of an event.
Correct.
And a lot of people in the US, they want to go back to their Indian roots, and this is that Indian roots with an sort of international sort of touch to it, or like say a modern touch to it, like fusion that no one in the US has still seen. They've seen it at Indian weddings over here where we've been performing, but this has never come there. So if you ask me about something unique that can happen in 2026, then I think this is that place once people are more exposed to it. Unfortunately, we cannot showcase too much of our work online because
Of course.
people tend to copy.
Correct,
So,
algorithm. So digital chanting, it also includes all the songs meant for fairas and
fully.
everything. Okay.
So like when you're doing an Indian wedding, let's say bridal entry, fairas, varmala, pokhanu, like
All of
the whole
that.
set, like the entire thing. So it's very nice, it's very soothing, very calm, vibrations. And we also have a live act now with it. So like a flutist and a sitarist along with the chants.
Okay.
So that's the whole, that's our most, that's our act
Popular.
that's in like the maximum demand, and we can only one. Because we cannot do two. Versus our chance, we can send out a team, like 3 teams on the same day,
Okay.
if need be.
Okay.
But the live act, we can only do one.
One.
Because we're in sync with only our musicians.
Understood. So AJ, you've done quite a few weddings. I don't want to even know the count. Tell me your worst experience.
So,
And it can be because of anybody's mistake.
I'll
but-
tell you 2, which I
Oh.
very, like, it's like etched, right? So one is, we send out a technical rider to planners and clients. It's listed, it's marked, everything is on it. All we are requesting them is to follow the rider. I would say 60% do not follow it to the T. Apart from the technical, there's more to it. You may get me a DJ console, which is put on a particular table. I was playing at this wedding. where my table dimensions are given very clearly. Like, this is what I need. Given what's going on right now, the whole boiler room thing, everyone's on your console, everyone's like
Correct.
there. They're like moving, someone wants to stand on the table. So there's one wedding, everyone's on stage. The platform's not as good as it's meant to be. They're jumping, the table collapsed. Now my laptop's there, my DJ gear is there, which is rented, but I like it's Saraswati for me, right? Like, I'm gonna not let anything go. So I held on to this table and the leg came right on my finger. My entire finger was swollen.
Oh no.
It was gone. Like, so I couldn't play. It was someone's party. I couldn't play. I asked for ice. I'm icing. I'm waiting. I didn't leave. I
Correct.
was waiting there to see if I feel better. But I just couldn't, because I use a laptop. I couldn't type because this was like the whole thing came in,
Correct.
like metal table. So then they arranged, like, there's another DJ, my assistant took over, and so on and so forth. That was once. Second time, I was at this wedding. People get alcohol and they come on the console. Usual. Luckily, it was one of the family members. My laptop's here.
Oh no, the drink.
Not purposely.
Yeah, it just
Fell.
fell.
Music off. My laptop's gone down. I have a backup. But by the time we put that on, the sound vendor from where this was rented was so angry that
Oh.
it was my laptop. But like, he didn't want his gear to go. He refused to turn it on. Party over. And now I'm in peak season, right? How am I going to function?
Without the laptop.
And this is not even in India. I'm outside India.
Oh.
So I called my guy up. I'm like, Apple Care, everything's there, but you're not going to get it just because you have Apple Care. You're not going to get it in a day.
Correct.
Come back, send it for repair. But how do I function? So I got a rental laptop from somewhere, managed. But then now the rental guy's like, I need it back because it was some month and my repair hasn't come. So in that much time, I knew this was going to happen. And I don't want to work on a repaired laptop anymore because you never know. So I had to place an order for a whole new laptop.
Oh my God. Wow.
So these are costs that just come whenever, and you have to be prepared. Like, we have backups, which we can continue a party to a certain extent.
Correct.
Maybe even a full party. But 1 day, 2 days, how are you going to function without what you're used to?
Correct.
Right? So that was the second bad experience that I had. And these two are like,
Yes.
I'm so scared now that I make sure, like, if something like this happens, my guys are just around the console, just holding and protecting.
Yes.
Something like that.
No,
It's
we have
important. So my table that we've now finalized the design, and it's very simple. It's not rocket
Yeah.
science. Just need that.
Correct.
So it's like stable, proper, good masking. People are coming. If someone wants to stand, there's enough place on the left and right for them to climb up and dance and do what they want without disturbing my gear or anyone getting hurt.
Right. The drunk stories are too many in our industry.
Yeah. So more than drunk, like, this is just basic production. A table, like, it's you're not even asking. Like, I know artists, like, they're asking for like the world, right? We're asking for a table on which you have to put a console.
Correct.
Like, how difficult is it to get the right table done?
Correct. So there's a big lesson on here that the couples should understand your rider and complete it without any shortcuts.
Correct.
So
I
that's
mean,
that's
imagine
an
your party
important
getting, like, the party just shuts because a console's fallen
fallen
down.
down. It's such a silly thing to
Because
happen.
you didn't want to spend maybe 1,000 rupees more on a better table.
Correct.
Or production. Like, it's not making sense.
It's not even 1,000 rupees. Believe me, the
It's
tables are
nothing.
much cheaper.
It's nothing.
Yes, exactly. Now that is out of our way. Now let's talk about the best experience. I know you may have too many, but you have
too many
to
best
select one.
experiences. That's what keeps me going, because
Correct.
if you've had only bad experiences, you'd not be doing what you're doing. But the
Correct.
best experience, like, clients appreciating you right after your gig. Like, that's like the biggest victory.
Yes.
Just a thank you and a good, like, appreciation text just changes your whole perspective for the next 100 shows, right? Apart from that, planners and their hospitality when you reach there, like simple stuff, like, you've been like, AJ, don't worry, like, your room is just getting ready, but here, take my key, go freshen up in my room.
Correct.
It's like the smallest things that matter the most, right? Clients treating you as family. Please eat. Like, we will go an extra mile for them.
Correct. Correct.
Like, these are small things that make it the best experience.
Agreed.
Like, they're not cutting corners on anything. You You've sent them your requirements. They followed everything to the T. Why will you not give your 100%?
Correct. Agreed completely. I absolutely agree with this, especially when we are talking about planners. I this is what my philosophy is, that we are known by our team of vendors and the best capacity that they can work. Our job is to make sure we create an environment where they can excel in their
Exactly.
job. That's about it. That's my job
And,
necessarily.
like when I see my rider, I always try to think that is it that like difficult to follow?
No.
So like I've sat with my team and been like, you know, if anything's like off or it's too much to ask for on stage, then we should just remove it. Like my on stage is like drinking water, hand towels, and that too we added those after alcohol fell. So in
Correct.
case we need to dab
Oh,
instantly,
okay.
you need to have like napkins there, and coffee.
Of
Like,
course, to get
yeah,
it
not
going.
even alcohol, like coffee. Like that's it. Like and masala chai for my team because they like masala chai. But yeah,
Good.
that's it. There's nothing else to a rider, and still we don't get it in
Okay.
certain cases.
Okay.
So I'm just saying like these small things just make our experience so good
Correct.
that you wanna then continue
Yeah.
doing what you're doing.
Correct. Agreed completely. But this has been so good. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
talking.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for talking, and I'm so glad
at
that
all.
we could. We have been planning this for a year now, and now
Finally.
we finally,
That's 'cause
and
you're in
that also in Bombay.
Bombay.
That is what. So, thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
and
thank
we're looking forward to many more years.
This year, see you in US.
Yes. Take care.
See you.
Thank
Bye.
you.